Hi friends, welcome to First Studies YouTube channel. This is part 8 in Azure Synapse Analytics playlist. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to integrate pipelines in Azure Synapse Analytics. So as part of this video, we are going to create a Synapse pipeline and we are going to add a notebook activity in it, and then we are going to schedule that pipeline. We are going to manually run that pipeline, and also we are going to monitor the pipeline executions. So let's go to Synapse Analytics account. So this is my Synapse Analytics workspace which I have created in my previous videos. Please watch all my previous videos before watching this video so that you will be in sync what I am doing, right? So if you navigate to this integrate menu, so this is where you can actually create your pipelines in your Synapse Studio. So let me go to this data tab. If you have seen my previous videos, we have created this NYC taxi database, and also inside this NYC taxi database we have created a table called passenger counts. So let me right click this table and let me select new SQL script, select top 100 rows. So this will actually create a SQL script which will get you top 100 rows from the table, and I am trying to run this script across this my serverless SQL pool. So this serverless SQL pool will execute the query and it will give you the results. So you see below I got the results as well. Okay, and if you have seen my previous video, the last video, I have created a notebook actually. So let me go to development tab, let me go to notebooks. I created this notebook one. So inside this notebook one I had a logic which will actually take that data from this table, this NYC taxi passenger counts table, and it will load that data into my data lake storage, which I attached with my Synapse workspace. So this is the logic. So I am not going in depth of this logic right now. So understand this, I am executing a select query on the table. That output will be stored in this data frame, and I am trying to mention repartition as one. That means all the data whatever you will get from this select query, consider the entire output as a single partition, and then that entire output I want to write in as a CSV file and as a Parquet file, and that files should be under this path NYC taxi CSV files, NYC taxi Parquet files. If this path is not there in my data lake storage gen 2, then that path will be automatically created. So if I go to this data tab and if I go to linked tab here, this is where you can see your data lake storage gen 2 which is attached to your Synapse. And here if I go to this Synapse demo file system or container under that data lake storage gen 2, this is where I can see all my folders. So here it will create these folders NYC taxi CSV files, NYC taxi Parquet files, and that inside that folders it will add CSV file and Parquet file. So I am not going to run this script now. I have already executed this script or notebook in my previous video. So this time what I want to do, I want to create a pipeline, and inside that pipeline I want to use some activity to run this notebook, and then I want to schedule my pipeline as well. So let me add new pipeline first here under this integrate plus, click this plus sign and select this pipeline. This will add a new pipeline for you under your pipelines category, and you can give any name to your pipeline. If you don't want, you just minimize this general settings here, and here this white canvas area, this is where you need to develop your pipeline. So I am going little faster here. I am not explaining what is pipeline, what is activity and all these are actually we explained in the Azure Data Factory. So let me open whiteboard here. So if you have seen my Azure Data Factory playlist, then you know what is pipeline and you know what is activity and everything. Here I am trying to give you very quick idea. Pipeline is your ultimate output actually. This is where you create your entire ETL pipeline with your control workflow according to your need. That means first execute some task and then execute another task, like that. So activity is nothing but like a task which you will implement or execute as part of your pipeline. So activity is one task. So pipeline is nothing but like a group of activities or single activity. So pipeline is the one which can hold your activities and run those activities. Okay, so please watch my Azure Data Factory playlist to know more details about these pipelines and activities and what each activity will do from here. Everything I have covered a detailed playlist in Azure Data Factory playlist in my channel. So please watch that. So in this video, it's like a quick start video to create one simple pipeline, and inside this pipeline I want to execute my notebook what I have in my workspace. So to execute any notebook, so there is an activity called notebook activity. You have to use that activity, and let me minimize these activities here. So right now in my pipeline I have only one activity called notebook, and the moment I select my notebook, below all the settings whatever you are seeing, these settings are related to this notebook. So under general settings you can give any name. So let me give like run notebook 1. So this is what the name of my activity, and then there is some timeout. So right now it is set 7.00, that means 7 days. So till 7 days you can try it. If still it is not working, then make my activity execution fail, like that. So you can define some timeout, you can define retry interval and everything. So let's not go deep into that. Let me go to settings menu here. So this is where under this drop down you need to select your notebook. So how, see right now you can see in this drop down I can see my notebook 1. Why, how I am able to see this? Because in your workspace you have this notebook created under development tab. That is the reason this activity is able to sense, okay, there is already one notebook in your workspace, and it is able to give that notebook under this drop down. So I am selecting that notebook. That means I am trying to say to my pipeline, using this notebook activity, run this notebook 1. That is what I am trying to say. So once you complete your development, what you can do, you can actually run this pipeline. So when I run this pipeline, actually what will happen, this pipeline in turn runs my notebook 1. This notebook 1, if I open this notebook 1, this will in turn creates these folders on my storage account, and then it will generate CSV file and Parquet file from this output. Okay, so that is what all will happen. So if I go to this pipeline 1 here now, to run this pipeline there are multiple ways. You can either run in a debug mode, or you can create a trigger, or you can initiate a manual run. So to initiate a manual run, what you can do, you can click this trigger now option. But trigger, whenever you try to trigger any pipeline, what it will do, it will take the published version of the pipeline to run it. Right now this pipeline is not published. You can see there are two changes are pending to publish. Before publish, if you want to run your pipeline, you can go with the debug option. So let me publish these changes first, and then let me initiate a manual trigger and see whether my notebook will run, and whether my files, CSV and Parquet files will get created or not. So I am right now publishing my changes. So once I publish my changes, I can click this add trigger button and click this trigger now option to trigger this pipeline. So let me click this trigger now button here. So it is trying to run my pipeline. Let me click OK. So immediately your pipeline execution will start. You can see here your pipeline execution is starting and status is running. Where to monitor these pipeline executions? To monitor that, go to monitor tab and then go to this pipeline runs and click at this triggers. So because we have initiated a manual run, right? You can say it's a manual trigger, and you can see your pipeline status is in progress. So if you want to see the activity executions inside this pipeline, click this pipeline name. It will take you inside your pipeline execution, and here you can see all the activities with the status. So in my pipeline has only one activity called notebook, and right now that alone activity is displaying here. And also below, if you see here, your activity name and what type of activity it is and what is the status. Right now my activity is in progress, and this icon also indicates that my activity execution is in progress. So we have to wait here. So this notebook activity, what it is actually doing is, it is actually running your notebook, this notebook 1, which is actually running this notebook 1. Okay, so let's wait for this. Let me go to monitor tab once again, and let me open this pipeline. So we need to wait for this execution to complete. Once this execution completes, if I go to my data lake storage gen 2, then I can see my CSV and Parquet files as well. So meanwhile this is running now, so I can see my storage account even under my data menu linked. And if I go to this file system or a container, this from here also I can browse my data lake storage gen 2. Or let me do one thing, meanwhile let me open my storage account separately here. So let me go to my resource group, and inside this resource group I have that storage account, right? So let me open in a separate tab as well. So let me go to my ADLS gen 2 storage account. Let me navigate to containers, and I should see that Synapse demo container here. So inside this container only it will create that New York taxi folder and everything. So let's go to monitor tab and let's wait for this pipeline execution to complete here. I am going inside the pipeline to monitor my activity executions. So let's wait. It will usually take around 2.5 minutes or 3.5 minutes. Let's wait for the execution to complete here. Great, my pipeline status is successful now. See, it took almost 2.5 minutes, right? Why? Because it has to start the Spark session, and it has to do. So now let me go to my storage account here, and let me refresh my storage account. and see New York taxi folder is created. If I open this folder, you can see CSV file and Parquet file folders also created. If I see CSV files folder, I can see my CSV file with that data. See, this is the one. I can double click this to see the data, and let me go to edit button here. I can actually see that passengers count data here. See, if I go to my Synapse Studio and if I go to my notebook, you can see that is what the logic we have written, right? We have to create this New York taxi folder and CSV folder, and inside that CSV file, same New York taxi folder, Parquet files folder, inside that Parquet file. So let me make sure that as well. So let me go back to Synapse demo container. Let me go back to New York taxi folder. Let me go inside Parquet files folder. See, here it created a Parquet file as well. So this is how you can actually create one pipeline and you can use the activities to perform your ETL operations. So in this case, we use the notebook activity to run our notebook. So what if I want to schedule this? We have manually initiated the execution and we have navigated to monitor tab to monitor it. That is fine. So but what if I want to schedule this pipeline 1, then what you can do, you can click this add trigger once again, select this new or edit button. So it will take you to a wizard where you can add a trigger. If you have some existing trigger, you can add, or you can create a new trigger as well. So I am not going to use this existing trigger, let it be. Let me create a new trigger here, and let me say like this is like a trigger pipeline 1, like that. I am just giving a name just for my understanding. You can give anything. So I am saying trigger pipeline 1. This is what my trigger name, and then there are multiple types of triggers available. Let's go with the schedule trigger for now, and maybe I want to trigger this pipeline on this particular date. So let me change this to at 8:10 a.m. IST. This is UTC. That means it is going to be almost 1:40 p.m. IST. So I am just selecting that. Then I want to run it for every 1 hour maybe. Okay, for every 1 hour, and then that's it. Click OK. Then click OK once again. So your trigger is successfully added here. You can see your trigger under management hub, and if you navigate to triggers, even you can see your trigger here, right? And you see one this trigger is related with one pipeline. You click this one symbol here, it says to which pipeline it is related. So now publish these changes, because you have to publish the changes, then only your triggers will active. So if you remember, inside my trigger we defined, if let me go to management hub once again, let me click this trigger one, JSON. See, if you see, my trigger is scheduled to run at 8:10 UTC. Okay, so let's wait till 8:10 UTC means 1:40 PM IST. So let's wait for the time to happen. Then if you once that time reaches, if we go to monitor tab, we can see our pipeline execution by our trigger as well. So this execution, whatever you are seeing right now, it is a manual execution what we did just couple of minutes before. So let's wait for the time to hit on the clock to 1:40 p.m. IST, and then we will see the execution as well. So I am pausing my video here. Okay, so now time on the clock is 1:40 p.m. IST. That means 8:10 UTC. So if I go here and if I refresh here, see now time in UTC is 8:10, right? So that means we are on our scheduled time. So let's refresh this pipeline runs here to see here. Now I can see one pipeline 1 execution which is in progress, which is triggered by my trigger whatever I created, right? So because we hit our time as per our scheduled time, so my trigger is automatically trying to run my pipeline. And if I go inside my pipeline executions as well, I can see my notebook execution status here. I can see here, right? My notebook execution is currently in progress. So it will take again some time to complete this notebook execution. So once this notebook execution completes, I can see my Parquet and Synapse files, Parquet and CSV files under these folders once again. And the next time when I see, these timings might have changed, because it would have updated like 1:40 or 1:42 or 1:43, like that. The latest files will come and override these previous files, right? So that's the reason the modified column values will change according to that. So let's wait for my pipeline execution to complete here. As I said, it may take again 2.5 minutes, like that. Let's wait for the execution to complete and make sure my files gets override here again or not. So let's wait for it. Great. So my pipeline execution is successful here. Very quickly, within 1.5 minutes, it is almost completed. So now if I go here and if I refresh this folder, I should see the Parquet file, and this time the timing is changed, right? That means why? Because this file is get overridden, and the latest timing is updated here under modified column. So I hope now you understood how to create pipelines in your Synapse Workspace under integrate tab, and inside the pipelines how you can use any activity. We have discussed about notebook activity this time to perform your task, and this activity actually executed my notebook, this notebook one, to create files, CSV and Parquet files on our storage accounts. And also we have seen how to manually initiate your pipeline run by clicking this manual run, or how to schedule it using these triggers here. You can add a new trigger here like that, and how to monitor your pipelines under monitor tab, and how to see the pipe activity executions inside that pipeline as well by clicking the pipeline name, and by going inside that activity, inside that pipeline run, right? You can see your activity execution as well. So I hope you got clear idea like about what pipelines and all. Again I will repeat this, like if you want to know more about pipelines, all these Synapse pipelines are nothing but ADF pipelines only. So please watch my Azure Data Factory playlist end to end to know everything about pipelines, activities, triggers and monitoring and everything. You can see there, okay, everything detailedly covered there. I will try to cover in this playlist as well, according to the need comes, okay. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification whenever I add videos. Thank you so much.